Hello, hello. I'm here to do a live today, so we'll just hang on for a few minutes and see if I get anybody joining me live. Heather here from Heather's Paper Playroom. And I'm going to make another page in my All About Me journal today. So if you don't know what that is or haven't seen any of my previous videos for that, I very regularly took pictures of myself just to kind of show my hair, crazy hair. So I have all these different pictures of different hair styles through the years because I've never been really happy with any one style. So anyway, I just thought it would be fun to kind of document that. So that's what this little journal is all about. So yeah, so I have another page to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and flip the camera around. So as you join, be sure to drop a comment. Now I have to find the little turny thing. There it is. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, where we want to be. That's a little bit too zoomed in. Why can't I zoom back out once I zoom in? Oh, that's not good. There we go. Okay, hopefully that is going to work. I think so. It's a little, I just want to make sure I get the bottom of my desk because I tend to work very closely. Okay, there we go. I think I'm good there, and I'm just going to pull that up on my iPad so I can see comments, and it's lagging behind. There it goes. Okay, so I'll just show you. Here is my journal. Does that look good? That looks got a little bit off the edge there, but that's okay. So this is my journal. I did this a while ago. It's a square XL in the blue, and then I embossed it and put some silver gilding wax over it. I love how that one turned out. And then here are some of the pages that I've done. I have to do a little bit of journaling in that one still. So as you can see, I tried to kind of put in pictures where my hair was different. And then this one is going in here. So this is that page. So this one I did live on the Elizabeth Craft Designs page, I believe. This is the one we're going to work on, and then this is one that I did a while back. So this is the one we're going to work on. Set that out of the way. I see I got a few people there, so be sure to say hello so I know you're there. So I have a bit of a plan of what I'm going to do today. Bit of a plan, not completely. So I thought what I'd do is I got all of these die cuts ready to go. I'm just going to push them out of the way for a minute, and I'm going to do a little bit of, I guess you could call it mixed media on here, and we'll see how that works. So I'm going to try stencil stamping. I just love this stencil. It's definitely my favorite. This is from the new Mr. and Mrs. collection for David from Elizabeth Craft Designs. But I thought I would try stamping with it. So we'll see how that works. So anyway, let's give that a try. I didn't grab my spray bottle. Sorry, it's way over here. So I just have this greeny color. I think it matches kind of nicely. I don't know. We're just going to give this a try. Let's see. So I'm just going to ink this up a little bit and see what happens. So I have not practiced this. I just thought kind of at the last minute before going live that I'd give this a try. Can't seem to get any ink in the middle. There we go. Okay. So I'll give this a bit of a spritz. I don't want it to be too wet, but I think that might have been too much. So let it sit for a bit. And then I'm just going to try stamping this. I'm going to grab a paper towel. So I'm just going to set that down. Both sides are going to be wet now. That's okay. So as you can see, I did not prepare this one. Okay. So we're just going to go like that. I'm not sure that it's going to really show up that well. Oh, look. There, that's okay. Yeah, we'll pick up a bit more. Do some over here. Whoa, I'm gonna use this time. I don't want to get lines, so hopefully, yeah, that wasn't enough. So it worked the once, but because it's such a pale color, I need to ink that up again. So let's do that. Put some more ink on there. And try not to spray as much maybe. And then I'm gonna go like that. See how that works. Yeah, I don't think you see the pattern too much. So not overly successful. This one looks pretty good. Anyway, I'm good. A lot of it's going to be covered, so you're not going to see an awful lot of this background anyway. So I'm not too worried. So I think we'll just leave it at that. Not overly successful with that, but it's okay. And then I am going to do some stamping. Now I got to decide. I pulled out this kind of browny gray color, which just happens to be my name, but that's not why I pulled it out. I thought that might be nicer. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I was second guessing myself. Should I stick with the green? But I think I'm going to do this. I'm hoping it matches nicely because, again, I didn't test it. So I think I'll do this. And then I can see, because this is going to be covered up like right there. Oh, yes. So it will dry a little bit differently, but I'm going to grab my stamp mat because I do have stuff on the other side. So without having a nice flat surface, it's not going to stamp great. But I don't necessarily care about that. I like that. Let's go ahead and do that. So see, I'm like missed that spot, but that's okay. I'm gonna go over this side. Go there. Fill that in a little bit. And then do I want to stamp more? I think I do. I'm gonna fold this over. It's not gonna want to stay now. There, I'll put that on it. And then I'm gonna stamp this top here. We're gonna go like that. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I think that's good. So let's just clean that stamp off. I like to clean my stamps right away. I really dislike it when they have color on them, but I know it doesn't really do anything much. But there was one that I was using the other day, and it's well used, so it's quite black, and then it was making it really hard for me to see where I was stamping. So it is nice to clean them as much as you can, just to make it easier for yourself. Okay, so then I've got all of these things cut out already, which I'm going to distress them, ink distress them. So I'll just show you, I cut out the frame from the laced up set. I used the little insert to make it a frame instead of just a mat. And there's the mat from the inside. I cut out the little mirror back, and then I cut out the mirror front from that set. And then I also cut out the clock from the gentleman's timepiece. But I've snipped out the center because I'm going to play around with it and make it a little bit different. So instead of using it just the way it is. So what I need to do first is just get some of these things distressed. So I grab my brush and I've got my toffee ink. So I'm just going to do quick over. I just like to kind of pick up those edges a little bit, and then it kind of changes the color. The paper's very pretty, but it gives it more of a, I don't know, mottled look. I don't know. I just like it. Okay, so that's that one. I'm going to do this one as well. Pick up those edges. Just thinking it might actually be nice to make that look more like wood. So I hadn't thought of that. Would that be a nice wooden handle? I can definitely color it up a little bit. A stamp would be good. And then the stamp in this set. No, it was lace. I'm thinking of something else. A little wood grain stamp, which I know I have somewhere. But we're just going to color that up so that it looks darker. A little bit more, I think. Just trying to think, do I have anything handy? That might work. This is the Mr. and Mrs. stamp. Just looking at these textures might work. I'm going to try that. Let's try this and see what it looks like. So here's a unique use for these little gentleman stamps. Little block. I just have to make sure I don't ink up too much. I'm going to cover this with another piece of paper. I have two pieces here, so let's just split them apart. It's got whatever writing on it. So we're gonna go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to ink this one up. I'm going to need a darker color for this though. So let's go with my dark brown, which of course I can't get out. There we go. Hopefully this is enough, or dark enough. It's not, I don't know. I'm having a bit of a hard time with this one sometimes. Make sure I got lots of ink on it. Okay, and then we're gonna go there. Oh, I like that. It's hard to see. Can you see that? I think that worked. Am I too close now? Hopefully that's actually focused. I've got a huge delay. Anyway, it actually did create like a wood grain. I'm going to, no, I can't do it anymore. That won't work. Okay. So I'm happy with that. Give that a quick clean. And set it out of the way. Over here. There we go. Hopefully that's not going to be in the way. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this lighter color. Get this clock face inked up. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this when I'm doing this. When I was doing that mirror handle, I definitely had a lot more pressure on it. I'm just going to go all over it. That looks good. And then this piece I'm going to play with. So let's try something. Okay, so I'm going to cut this frame out, but I'm going to do this because I want this chain. I did this with something else recently. I was cutting this and I didn't cut the chain the way that I actually was happy with it. So there, that's better. Still not like totally perfect. Cut this out. And this piece comes out. Oops. And then what's attached? Okay, and then I'm gonna do this because I think I might want that top piece. Okay, so now I've got this funky chain piece. See it there? Make sure I don't put it out of the screen. And then I've got this piece, which is a little bit mangled here. But it's okay because I think what I'm going to do is like that, something like that. So otherwise I could have cut it along there and then that would have been fine. The little bit that kind of went in there wouldn't have been all that noticeable. So I'm just going to ink these up so that I have them all ready to go in case I do end up using them both. So kind of thought of an idea to do that. I just don't know once I start to put it together if I'm going, oh no, going to be happy with it. It's always bad when you do that because then you get fold lines that pick up the ink. Well, that piece is going to be cut off. Okay, I think I'm okay there. Okay, and then let's do this chain. I mean, I didn't finish trimming it all though. It just didn't come out. There we go. I might not use this, or I might not use all of it. Just trying to get this to look full, so that's okay. Am I off screen? Cutting it too close to my body there. And there. Okay, there. Got those little pieces. So let's see if I end up using the chain or not on this. Like I said, I kind of have a bit of an idea, but I don't know if it's really gonna look right. Well, we'll see. Once I get these all ready to go, then it will come together fairly quickly. And then I'll have to decide. I might, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna trim this off because I don't think it's gonna really serve a purpose in this case. There we go. It's a fun little piece. Okay, I think I've got everything ink distressed. Oh, little pieces flying. Okay, I need just a little sip. Okay, so I'm going to start with this over here. I'm going to actually put this together. So I was going to die cut this out. I was going to die cut the photo out with this piece actually. And then I realized that then I'd have to trim it because you see that background piece through. So instead I cut out the gold, I set this on my photo, and then I just traced it. And so the only reason it's straight here is because I had already cut the photo. So look, I got a glue press. So much easier. Oh, I probably should have done it that way first, to have a glue press. Let's just see, because I know that that right side there is a little short. Okay, that looks good, right? Stick that down, and then I can get this glued up. I always, oh look, there's a little piece there that didn't get punched out. There we go, missed that. I always find with these delicate ones, I always want all of the little bits, especially when they're in a book, because I have the worst luck with my pages catching on each other because there's something that's sticking out of opposite pages. Still getting used to this glue press. That should be good enough, I think. Okay, and then set this on here, and then I will pick it up to line it up, I think is the easiest way, because I push it around a little bit. Okay, I think I got that good, so there. That's a cute little detail. Okay, so my thought was that I would put this on here and then something like this. So that's why I said that doesn't matter because I'm going to cut it off. So what I might do is glue it down. I'll put it down because I'm going to probably put this up here. So I want to put the date. So on each of my pages I have the date on. Just to kind of keep track of when the pictures were taken. So something like that. But I'm gonna lay this one out just to make sure that I like that before I stick it down. So this photo had an awful lot of stuff going on in the background, so I decided to just cut myself out. So that's what I did. This one was actually first and that one was second, but it looks better if I do them this way. So they're both from, oh shoot, oh no, I have it on here, 2005. They're both from 2005, different times of the year, but okay. And then I was thinking maybe this would go like that. And of course I have to remember and put the numbers in the right spot. That's why I cut these out, because then that brings the gold over to this side. So it's always nice to tie things together. And then see, that's what I mean. This might be redundant. Yeah, so we'll see. I might not add that because I was also thinking I could cut this out, put that there, or I could do the date here. That might be better. Could do the date here, or like I said here. I just don't like that that's sitting like in the middle of the circle. That feels wrong. I don't want to cover the pretty butterfly. So maybe I will go like this with the date. Does that feel balanced? I think it does. Okay, let's go for it. So you know what? I think I'm going to start on this side. So I'm going to glue down these clock hands. So the big one first. What's that? Look, Mom. Instead of wow. I could do it that way. Except it's the next page, or the page after where I was actually pregnant. Already had kids at this point, but okay, so what time do we want this to be? Let's put the big hand, whoops, down toward the bottom. It's going to be like close to the hour or just after, so let's put that here. Make sure I'm lined up. Yep, there we go. And then this one, hold it there. Okay, so there we go. And I said it's going to be just after the hour. So that's 12:01. We'll go like there. Close enough. Okay, and then I pulled out my black brads because of the black in that photo, I thought it would make sense. I don't know if I am going to need those. I think the same sizes in here. I thought it might be a good idea to use a black brad and then maybe figuring out what I can do on this side with a bit of black. So let's see if this is the right size and if it looks okay. I think so. Do I just leave it? No, it doesn't look right without something in it. I do have all kinds of other colors. Is that the same size? No, that one's a little bit bigger. I think that one might be better. Sorry, am I off screen again? I think I'm going to go with that one. Put that one away, get it in place before I finish pushing those tabs down. There. Oh, and you know what I've not done before, which I know that a few people have done, is distressing their brads. So let's try that. See if I can do this without ruining it. They're already like a matte color, which is nice. But I don't want to scrap paper. I don't want to take the paint off. Well, it just puts a dimple. I don't know. Is that okay? There. Okay. So let's stick this down. So I want to make sure I've got this edge here glued down nicely. That one's going to be underneath, so it's not as critical, but still, hang on. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, there. Okay, I think that should be good. So then we're going like, move these out of the way, we're going like that. Right there. Okay. And then this one, I wanted it to be like coming out of the frame. I feel like I need to round this off a little bit. I don't like that sharp point, so we're going to go like that. And that's just going to tuck under there a tiny bit. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on here, just to hold it in place. I don't know how well that's working. And then some here. Totally moved. There, okay. There. That will hold it better. Okay. So now I can glue this up. I haven't seen any comments, so hopefully I haven't missed any. I see some eyeballs. But they, oh, what have I done now? Sorry, folks. Anyway, just pop a hi or a heart or something if you're there. Get these down. I don't want anything to be coming up. Okay, this one I can just do that. Okay, I think I've got that covered good. Okay, and then that's gonna go there. there's something on it. It's glue. But all the time keeping my photos clean. Yeah, actually it's my second one. Look, I don't know what I did, but I set it down near ink or a marker and it just got totally ruined, so I had to reprint it. Okay, so that is that side. I don't think so. Okay, so then this one, is it like better if I go up? Maybe if I do that and then this. So it's nice to have the two like circles too. It's nice to have like 3 of things, but I think it's okay with just the 2. Okay, so I'm going to fold this back. I need to put something on it. And then I'm going to glue this one up. This one's going to take a while because there's lots of bits here to make sure that I capture. One of these days, I always say I will remember to put some double-sided tape on the back of my paper when I'm doing these very delicate dies, but I never do remember. And it's not that big a deal, it just takes a little bit of time. Which is easier when you don't have people watching. But at least in the replay you can fast forward. Let's see if I can do this way. If I could just stay in the right spot. It's starting to dry. I gotta hurry up. Okay. I think that's gonna be good. We're gonna go like that. Push that down. There we go. Okay, now I can trim that and then I can open that page back up. I'll have to put the ink on that edge too. Okay, get rid of that. And then just go like this. Like that. That's gonna go there. It's coming together quickly now. Love this glue press stand. It makes it so much easier. Okay. One's gonna go like there. How's that? I think so. That, and then, so this is now the key, is what color am I gonna cut this out with? That's gonna go there. I need to be able to stamp on it. In some kind of ink. I mean, I could do embossed, but wondering, do I go with the blue? I know I have it here, but of that. Actually, I do like it with the green. Let me see if I have a little piece of that green sitting here somewhere. Yes, I do. Here it is. I should be able to stamp. Can use that heather, I think. So I'm just gonna turn around and run this through my die cutting machine real quick. So I'm still here, but right behind me on my counter at the back is my die cut machine. So, whoops, it's very handy. I don't have to get up out of my seat. Just turn it around. Okay. see how it looks. I'm just thinking it might even have been a good idea to die cut numbers. I just don't know if they would fit. Just stick my fingers in there. So, what do we think? Could maybe staple that on instead of, oh, I can't though. Well, I could just fake staple it. I'll show you how to do that. I'm just wondering where those dies are. Somewhere I have alphabet dies from David. I just have to remember. Oh, I don't know if they have numbers though. Yeah, and anyway, they're going to be too big for this, so it's really not going to work. Okay, so I did pull this out though. So this is the journal dates and months. It's handy. So I can go to 0, 5. Double check, that's what I said. It was 20. Oh, where did I put that picture now? Oh, there it is. Yep, 2005. Okay. Yeah, because that makes sense, because this one previous was 2004. Let me just double check. Double check, just to be sure. This one, oh, the date's not on there. 2004. Yep, 2004. Okay. So, get my little teeny tiny block. And I'm going to start with the 4. I'm going to lose these, or 5. There. And I said I'm going to use this color. Hope that it's dark enough. It's not very dark, so let's just get black. See if I can stamp on top of what I just did. It's crooked though, I don't like it, so yeah. It's not perfect. Whatever. Clean that off. Put it away before I do actually end up losing it. There. Oh, no, it's not sticking because I made it too wet. Okay, and then the 0. Sorry, I just like to make sure that there's no film on my stamps. I'm going to stick my head in here. 0. I might have to stamp that again, just so that it looks the same. So let's do that. Why not? Nothing wrong with a shadow on a letter. I kind of lined it up too good there. There we go. Yeah, it's not perfect. That's okay. That's okay. It's one thing I am not when it comes to this kind of stuff is perfectionist anymore. I used to be more so. Now, not so much. It is what it is, and it is not worth stressing yourself out about it. And there's that one. Oh, get that out of the way before I stick my hand in it. And the 2. Yeah. So, yeah, could look nicer. But I think it's fine. Set that one out of the way. Okay, so then that goes here. And I said I'm going to show you how to do a faux staple, which not always works great, but maybe use my hammer again. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to staple this piece. I should have used my regular staple. I have, they're not not gold staples, but they're like, I don't know, bronze color. They're kind of weird. They, I don't know, they came from my father. So we'll do that. That will flatten them out a little bit to make it a little bit easier to then attach this. I'm going to use my tape runner this time though, because I feel like that might hold it down better where these staples are. So I would not normally put this much adhesive on a tiny piece of paper. And you see, I'm not going to worry about having it like right at the edge because it's got a little bit of a shape to it. Okay, now, do I want anything else or do I think I'm done? I still don't think that feels out of place. It just feels out of place. And then this, I don't think is going to work now because of that. Oh, but I did pull out, let me just put this away quickly so I don't lose it. Oh, my numbers are there. So put that away. I pulled out the journal phrases, a couple of those journal phrases stamps. I just did that wrong, whatever. Because I thought it might be nice to put some of those on here. So I'll pull that one out and this one out. Oh, okay, I was just gonna say I'm gonna mix them up now, but I have the number written on there. And let's see, so this one I actually cut apart. So I have individual stamps on here, like that. But that's the only one I did that with. I haven't done that with any of the others at this point. Because it's kind of neat to just stamp the whole thing and then just cut them all out. And then you have them. But anyway, so what do we think might look nice? I think it might look nice with something down here. Oh, that's actually might be a good one because this is actually appropriate. This was me getting an award. So that's kind of neat. Dream it, do it is kind of neat. And then, was this the one? I also thought I might do life, my, wasn't there like love or something in here? Oh yeah, love, my life. Whoops. I'm stuck. There we go. Is that me? Put that back. And then love is on the end here. So then I can do love, my life. And then that can kind of go like over here somewhere. That's not the right order. Something like that. What do you think? I think that looks okay. So let's try that. I am going to stamp it on, I think, my off-white cardstock. I don't think I'm going to stamp it on colored. Whatever, I just need to scrap. This will do. Okay, so just grabbing a block. I'm going to put them all on because I can stamp them all at once. And then I can cut them out just like as if they were on or left on the way they are. As if I didn't cut them apart. Okay, there. We are going to stamp it in. I think I'm going to pull that heather out again. We'll see what it looks like because I can always redo it. Sorry, totally had something in the way there. My water bottle, get that out of the way. I have a very limited dust space. So if I leave things out, then they tend to get in the way. And again, I'm just going to make sure that there's no film. You can see that they've been used. They don't have any factory film, but they hold the ink better when you do that. And give you a nice crisp image. That back, give that a clean. And also, like if you're cleaning stamps in between and then you're using them again, if you have water residue on it, it doesn't hold the ink well at all. So if you just do that until it's dry, then it will stamp nice for you. Cut these out. I like to make sure and leave a little bit of a border around the word because I'm going to ink distress them. So I think they look nice with a little bit of a border. And because I pulled them apart, I can actually leave a bigger border than if I had left them all attached. Because some of them are a little tight together. And if you want more of a border, then you're really tight to the next one. One more for that page. There we go. Yeah, I think that color looks good. Yeah, I like that. Oops. Oops. Get that in the right spot. Yeah. Okay, that's all scrap. Put those away so I don't lose them. Okay, so just ink distress these. So sometimes when I'm doing these, I'll go over top of them as well, but I think I might leave them that way this time. So I think I'm happy with the color. Sometimes you just don't want like a stark white color, so you just go over top of it and just give it a little bit of a distress, and then things blend in nicely. Okay. So let's stick these on. I'll use this. Ooh, biggie blob there. Get that off. I love that it's just a little blob and then I pull it off and it works and I don't have to stick the pin in to clean it out. Okay. There, I want to see the frame. I want it to overlap. I'll have to put a bit of black pen on there. I wonder if I have one that will cover that up. Not that one. What have I got here? There's one. There we go. It's fixed. It's fixed. Okay. Now I just kind of threw these down. So let's be intentional about this. Love my life. What do you think about that? I think I like that. It's like I could do it on this side, but it's a bit tight. Yeah, I think I like it that way. I like that it's kind of framing the butterfly. I always have a hard time making sure that I'm putting things on straight when they're in the middle of the page like that. And I don't use my ruler because I can't be bothered. There we go. Last one. And it's like not totally cut straight anyway. Okay. There we go. I think I am done. Yeah. I hope you like that. Definitely leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Oh, I can put that back in my journal. So let's put that in here. This way we're going to do it, I think. Make sure I don't catch anything there. So now I have 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2004 again. I had a lot of changes to my hair that year, although those are pretty similar. But 2004, 2005. You can see it's getting a little bit longer. 2006 and 2007. So getting longer and then long. And then I think our next one is short. Let's see. 2000. Nope, not yet. Still long. So those ones will be for next time. So all done. Anyway, thanks so much. And I will see you all again maybe next week. Oh, that's not where I need to turn it off. I need to turn it off up here. Here, let's just do that quickly. And I can say, so thanks a lot. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.